Number 1, take more risk. There is someone out there who's way less qualified than you and living the life that you want, all because they took action and you didn't. I am a big advocate for chasing your dreams, and whatever that dream or goal may be, if you don't start it today, you won't start it tomorrow either. I was actually really curious about the reasons why people are so slow to take action, but it pretty much comes down to being afraid and a lack of clarity. If you're not obsessing over whatever it takes to get whatever you want, then that just means you do not want it badly enough. Now, okay, if you're anything like me and you overthink pretty much everything, I get it. I was in your shoes before, but let me tell you something. It is so hard to achieve your goals, but it is even harder watching someone else achieve your goals. Go ahead and choose your heart. It's gonna feel like such a big jump at first, but you have to remember that when you're scared of doing something, that is the best time to do it. And if you're like, Leanna, what if I'm not good at it? Don't worry, you will practice. Well, what if I get stuck? Don't worry, you will get help. Well, what if I get rejected? Don't worry, you're just being guided. There is gonna be endless and countless of reasons to not do something, but you're gonna do it anyway. Number 2, start thinking bigger. When I say to start thinking bigger, I want you guys to stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting the way you talk about yourself, stop limiting the way you think about yourself, and stop limiting on how you see the world. The reason why a lot of us go into self-sabotage mode 24/7 is because society had created a system where we are forced to follow what everyone is doing and just be okay. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be just okay. In a world where copy and paste is a thing, I think and the reason why I'm saying this is because I truly believe that we are capable of anything we put our minds to. Our mindset, you guys, is the most powerful tool that you can have. It's a skill to keep an optimistic mindset. Just like anything else in life, you still have to train your mind to be able to do great and phenomenal things. When you start to realize that you are capable of doing anything you want in this world, you will start to achieve bigger things. Do not listen to what society have to say about how we can't think creatively or do things outside the box because to them it's not normal. If we did what everyone else is doing, we would never evolve. For example, okay, Elon Musk reinvented electric cars and is sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Do you think that anyone who is thinking inside the box and is doing what we're supposed to do is doing that? No. And you guys are probably thinking, Leanna, I don't really want to be Elon Musk. I'm not saying you have to, but what I'm trying to say is, do not limit yourself to where you think you can't do anything, because you absolutely can. You need to believe that you are able to do anything, because the only person who is able to cheer yourself on is yourself. You only ever need yourself. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have support from your family and your friends, but the only person that can actually take you to your highest potential is you. Number 3, use motivation, but do not rely on it. We all know that motivation will not be there for us when we need it to be. When it's 7 a.m. and you told yourself last night that you were gonna go for a run in the morning, but you decided to stay in because your bed is so comfortable, at some point, you guys have to realize that motivation alone will not take you there. It just won't. I see this happen to people all the time. They start a workout routine because in the beginning, they're so motivated to do it, but after a couple of days of going, they just stop. Why start something if you're not gonna finish it? I'll give you guys an example. Imagine that you're in a race car and you're at the starting line getting ready to race. The minute the person waves the flag around to signal all of the cars to go, you are going to step on your gas and accelerate so you can try to pass everyone around you. Now, you can't accelerate forever. At some point during the race, you're gonna have to find a steady pace so you don't end up in a crash. It's the same freaking principle. When we accelerate, or in this case, have motivation, it feels good to do something because we get that adrenaline from it. But it will not stick, and there's going to be a time where you have to find your steady pace so you can continue to be consistent at it. Number 4, Hold yourself accountable. I know this guy who consistently complains about everything that is going on in his life. He just blames everything on external things and plays the victim mindset. Seeing this, it had me thinking, why do people not see that they are literally in control of their own lives? If you can control the narrative, you can control reality. If you really dislike your life, you can absolutely change it. There are so many miserable people who sit around all day waiting for someone or something to come save them. And do you want to know what's even crazier? Is that the people who find themselves in situations, a good, I would say 90% of the time, is because they put themselves in that situation. Going back to the guy I mentioned earlier, he is dealing with a lot of health problems, and every time he goes to the doctor, he gets prescribed a medication and he is told what not to eat. So pretty much this man cannot eat sugar, drink alcohol, and eat carbs. Pretty much he still does all of that. So you know what not to do. Let's say you want to start eating healthier and then you go to McDonald's. You know not to do that, and yet you do it anyway. You know not to text your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, and yet you do it anyway. You know what not to do. That's why I don't feel sorry for people who continuously self-sabotage themselves. Like, how can I help you if you don't want to even help yourself? Hold yourself accountable to your actions. If you find yourself in a very f***ed up situation, ask yourself, how did I get myself here? And then figure out a way to fix it, because no one else is going to do it for you. Number 5, expose yourself to greater things. There's a secret that I've done in my life that I'm going to share to you guys for free, so listen up because it is a good one. Life is all about positioning yourself, being smart to know how and where you place yourself in this world. If the people you surround yourself with are people who generally like to make money, there's a good chance that you're gonna be making money yourself. And I guess I always knew that this was the case growing up because I never realized I was doing this subconsciously. The people that I was constantly around were people who were rich in finance and rich in wisdom. I remember in college, okay, this is something that I used to do. I used to work at a country club because I wanted to study rich people. Making money at a country club was great, but my main focus was pretty much trying to network with rich people and see and observe how they live their life. Don't get me wrong, I am very privileged and grateful for what I have, but there was obviously something that sets me apart. A college girl who was making bare minimum wage from those guys who were making millions of dollars a year. And that's what I want you guys to get from this segment, is that if you do not put yourself out there and expose yourself to greater things, you will never see what is out there. Stop settling and start looking outwards. There's so many people that you guys can meet and so many opportunities that you guys can take if you just take a moment to observe what's around you. Observe the people who are living the life that you want and study what they are doing that you're not doing, and I promise you, it's gonna surprise you. Number 6, life is not easy and it shouldn't be. A lot of people don't realize that people who achieved success, they never achieve it overnight. And because of social media, people only ever see the success and not the work behind things. You are an amateur if you are constantly seeking for shortcuts and instant gratification. Because I am such an overthinker, I like to overthink and plan every single thing to the T. It is the OCD in me. When I think of whatever decisions I want to make, I always think long term. I never ever think short term. Is this going to benefit me in the long run, or is it going to hurt me? And I feel like people are so ignorant to how important these decisions are because they want instant gratification now. For example, if you were to give money to a crackhead who's never had to work a day in his life, he would be happy. Of course he would, anyone would. However, he wouldn't be appreciative of it and he wouldn't know how to care for it. It wouldn't be fulfilling and it wouldn't be rewarding because he didn't do anything to get it. If a person who worked hard his whole entire life and got $1 million, he would feel fulfilled because he worked hard to get that. I truly do believe that everyone deserves success, but I do think that it should be earned. Last but not least, cherish those around you. Fun fact about me, I still live with my family. I constantly get asked this all the time. Hey, Leanna, are you ever planning on moving out? I don't see myself moving out exactly right now. It scares me to think about that kind of stuff because my parents, you know, they're not getting any younger. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you guys should know that I work a lot. Like, I'm always busy. The reason why I stay busy is because I want to be able to give back to my parents. But I was watching this video from Tristan Tate. Basically, he was saying that even though, like, for people who are super motivated, super focused, super disciplined, we tend to forget the people around us. We never realize that what we have now, like in the present time, we have to cherish those times and we have to cherish the people that we love because there's going to be a day where they're going to be gone. My family is not always going to be here. And saying that literally makes me so emotional, but no amount of money is going to be able to bring anyone back. And so you have to realize that the time that you have now with your family, with your friends, with anyone that you love, make the most of it because you never know when today's gonna be the last day you're gonna see them. I don't know. Recently, I've been realizing a lot, and this is something that I wanted to share with you guys because I think this is super, super important. Stop neglecting your loved ones. They are here for you and they love you. Okay, well, we just reached the very end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love every single one of you. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.